Well, it's nighttime, so
Is it?
good night, everybody. Well, my name is Andrew.
Good evening.
All right.
I'm Alton.
All right. Good. All right. Cool. And tonight we'll be talking about our family histories.
We're Asian, so it's gonna be
And
interesting.
this is video
I'm
log
Asian.
number 2. And even though it's supposed to be only me, I brought these two guys in because I feel like we can make some connections,
'Cause we're Asian.
distinctions,
I'm Chinese.
differences, comparisons,
Similarities.
similarities, compare and
Asian
contrasts.
American.
So, all right, we'll begin by starting with you. Go.
Me?
Yeah, go.
My family history?
Yeah, go.
I don't really know my family history that much. Oh, you're giving the spotlight now, huh?
But what about me?
Go out. Just get out.
I'll just
Alright,
cry.
so my family, I don't know really that much about the history. I don't know about my grandma's mother or my great grandmother per se because she passed away when I was born a year after I came into this world. And I think from my mom's family side, her family has a case of high blood pressure. Like my mom's only like 5'5" and she's like 100 or 110, but she still has a high blood pressure, and I think it's been passed throughout been passed on to me, my sister. So I've been feeling, a little bit high in my blood pressure just quite recently when I was young. Actually, yeah, it was a long time ago. And my dad, my dad wasn't really fat until he came to the States and I guess ate these things called fast food, like McDonald's, because they're cheap.
You might have heard of them.
You might have heard of them. Well, they're pretty much dominating all over our countries now.
The countries.
China, Korea,
China's, the
Japan.
Koreas, the Japans.
You might have heard of the bulgogi.
Yo, there's a kimchi burger in Korea.
Yes.
I'm Chinese, I'm not Korean.
Now we're like mixing tacos with putting kimchi, since I can call them kimchi
Doritos,
tacos.
Los Locos, Tacos, Doritos.
Los Locos kimchis.
Well,
Kimchi
anyways,
locals.
so
That kind of.
So I wasn't really fat, but then I guess it was from genes, because from class I heard that the amount of fat cells will always be the same. You can just increase or decrease them by size, but you don't have the same amount of cells. So you'll be what you are, no matter what, I guess. Well, unless you go liposuction. But yeah.
America.
So anyways. My dad and my grandma, my dad's side of the family, my grandma's fat, my aunt is fat, my uncle's fat, my dad is fat, I'm fat. So, well, I've been trying to lose weight, so.
Family history, right?
My family history, we're all fat.
This is fat history.
America, and every other countries that's really fat, gonna make everyone else fat, and we're all gonna be fat in the end, so.
Alright, cool.
We're coming after you.
Cool. You done? Alright, cool. Elton, you're next.
Why me next?
Because I already talked to my class about mine, so next.
You're fat.
I know I'm bad.
You're
Okay.
fat too.
So you wanna know about my family?
Nope.
I don't know about these scars now. Okay, so my family is from Hong Kong.
Or
Yeah, it's pretty boring. Let's start with my dad. Okay, my dad at a young age, one thing you should know about most older, not really older, I guess more of like the parent generation of Asian Americans, they usually come from a pretty poor background,
Yep.
or at least not like rich. Okay, so my dad is the middle child of three brothers, three boys, and they were not the richest. So, like, they live with their family, like their uncles, their cousins, and stuff. It was literally their living conditions. Literally, it was just a room, and there was no floor. Everything was beds. Like you would just like sounds like fun, honestly. Everything is a bed. Like you come to their door, you hop on a bed, and the entire house are beds. And that's like okay, not because that's like because that's like that was before their youngest. Okay, their youngest brother was born, so there's just two of them. His older brother and him, plus the other cousin. So it was like they never really had any toys to play with. So it was like when they wanted to play with toys, it would be their cousins had toys. But hey, can I play with your toys? Please? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So at the age of around 10, maybe 8 years old, my dad's father passed away. So I've never met my grandfather. I don't know anything about him, barely anything. So like I don't know what happened to him. He just had a problem and he passed away. So I left my grandma in a tight spot. So that was at that point the youngest uncle was born, so she was pretty young. So my mother decided to my grandmother decided to fly to America with my youngest uncle. So that leaves my dad and my older uncle in Hong Kong without a dad or a mother. And they basically worked all the way till age. My dad worked till age like 14, or that's age 8 to age 14. He worked, and they worked something about Hong Kong structure of Hong Kong. There's no houses. Everything is apartments, like big 50-floor apartments. And he worked.
It's a dense populated area.
Yeah. So he worked moving furniture at the age of 8 to 14. You know how bad for you the back is? I'm saying some floors he doesn't even take the elevator. Like he walked up like 40 floors with like a cabinet on his back. I messed his back up. So around age 14 he flew to America. That's the first time in years he's seen his own mother and his younger brother. And there he went to school, and plus he still worked more. Basically, he had a really tough upbringing. Blah blah blah. And then I don't know what comes after that. But my mother. Should I talk about my mother?
Yeah, talk about my mother.
Okay, so my mother is the middle. It's the second oldest child of 4. It goes from uncle, my mom, aunt, to youngest uncle again. So there's 4 kids. I don't know much about my mom. All I know is that at one point she went to a she lived or something. Was taught at a Buddhist monastery, and she had a bald head.
Wow, I don't know that.
That's all I know. But that was really short. They didn't last very long. She doesn't say much about it. She had an interesting upbringing. It seemed more fun than hard. I don't know. I remember she tells me a lot about owning dogs, because my grandfather from my mom's side is like obsessed with, like, he is an animal lover, animal rights, like vegetarian, everything. He just loves. He will pick up stray dogs and like will love them until they pass away. He just like loves animals. He once picked up a pigeon from the streets.
Oh, okay.
And they nursed it back. It was like the weirdest thing.
I did that too, actually.
He picked up a pigeon and took it home.
Diseases?
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of the wings were broken, so it couldn't fly away anyway.
Okay. Alright.
I don't know. So, I don't know. She had a pretty normal upbringing. Nothing was really out of the ordinary. Just like more interesting stories and nothing too specific. It's just, I don't know. Everything's a blur about my mom. She never told me much. Even if I asked. They just met up. They got married like, I think. See, I was born in '93. They were married. Actually, I don't know. I think in '92. So they married 1 year and then had me. That's it.
Alright. That's pretty much it.
I don't know.
Alright, well, my story, since you guys know about it, I won't talk too much in depth about it.
You
But
should tell us anyways.
alright, well, I'll talk about it anyways. Pretty much my story is, I'll just start with my mom's side because it's a little bit longer. So pretty much, my mom's family was pretty poor back then, because China throughout the 20th century was and poverty because of all the constant ongoing wars and the communist regimes and stuff. You guys know? So pretty much, my mom's dad, my grandpa, ended up being an orphan right after he was born. He didn't have any parents because of that. He had to collect, I told this in class, he had to like collect cow dung and sell it for fuel for other farms. That's what he had to do for pretty much his entire childhood to like eat. And one random thing about him is he's a really short person in stature, but my grandpa's dad was like 6 feet or something, which is like ginormous for like a Chinese person back then. So yeah, because of poverty, my grandpa ended up being like 5'1". So yeah, which pretty much screwed him over, but whatever. Not gonna complain about that. And my mom and her siblings didn't really have a good life too. They still ended up in pretty shitty. Still ended up in pretty shitty lives. My mom went through only elementary school, and all of my uncles completed middle school most likely, and none of them passed high school. Most of them had to start working when they were 12 because there really was no point in having a higher education back then. It was more important for you to make money so you can bring money back for your parents, because it was just my grandpa back then taking care of the entire family. My grandpa was a farmer taking care of his wife, my grandma, and 4 kids. So that was the life back then for my mom.
That's the good life.
And my dad, on the other hand, my dad's dad, my grandpa, was in the military, served in the Air Force, and he ended up getting a lot of benefits. He ended up getting a house under the military. He ended up getting food, and because of that, my dad lived a really enjoyable life. He got to pretty much do whatever he wanted. He got to complete high school, and he actually spent 2 extra years finishing high school with a private tutor to go to his house to teach him. And pretty much my dad had a really, really good life over there. And now, moving on to America, which I didn't talk about at all, well, pretty much my mom's side, they're all really hardworking people. They have like 2 restaurants and like 2 houses, and they plan on buying a laundromat and stuff. So pretty much my mom's side, pretty much their only goal back then was to come to America and make money. China was like a shithole back then. Nobody wanted to be there. Everybody wanted to go to America. People were hearing stories about like American people would work one day and have enough to feed like an entire family in China for like a month and stuff. You know what I mean? I also heard from my family that like a meal in McDonald's in China would cost like the salary of an entire month's worth of somebody that like worked like a construction worker. You know what I mean? So like life in China sucked back then and stuff, and even today. So pretty much my family supposed to come to America, and they just worked hard and made a lot of money. And that's also another reason why my dad wanted to come to America too. His family wanted to come here because every immigrant that decided to move here in the last 50 years, they all came because of the promise of like freedom, the promise of you can accomplish anything you want in life. You know what I mean? Yeah, you guys can all relate to it, right?
The American
Both of my parents, they all came here because oh wow, you can get your own big house, you can like find work that you actually want and stuff. Well, not exactly, but you can get really good pay, and you can like send money back to like your relatives back in China. They'll be so happy that they're getting like American money, and they'll be well off and stuff. So that's pretty much all I have. Alright, well, this is the second video log, and it's going a lot better than the first one. My name is Andrew.
I think they're both great.
My name's Andrew.
My name is Andrew.
Okay. Your name?
My name is Inigo Montoya. But it's on my family.
I'm editing that out. Probably not. Okay. See you guys.